fit me like a glove the day I fell in love with the way you said my name. I know it sounds crazy, baby, try to understand me, please do. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I knew you'd fit me like a glove the day I fell in love with the pictures in my head. I know it sounds crazy, maybe one day I could share them with you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And I really don't mind waiting as long as it takes you. I've been searching for so long, so what's another week or two? 'Cause every time I see you, life goes bright. The moon, the stars, the fireflies, they light. It seems as if the world stopped turning round and round. Oh, since I found you. I knew you'd fit me like a glove the day I fell in love with a dream of me and you. I know it sounds crazy, baby, try to understand me, please do. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And I really don't mind waiting as long as it takes you. I've been dreaming for so long, so what's another dream or two? 'Cause every time I see you, life goes bright. The moon, the stars, the fireflies, they light. It seems as if the world stopped turning round and round. Well, since I found you. 'Cause every time I see you, life goes bright. Like daytime in the middle of the night. It feels as if my mind stopped wandering round and round. Well, since I found you. 'Cause every time I see you, life goes bright. The moon, the stars, the fireflies, they light. It seems as if the world stopped turning round and round. Well, since I found you. I knew you'd fit me like a glove the day I fell in love with a dream of me and you. I know it sounds crazy, baby, try to understand me, please do. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And I really don't mind waiting as long as it takes you. I've been dreaming for so long, so what's another dream or two? 'Cause every time I see you, life goes bright. The moon, the stars, the fireflies, they light. It seems as if the world stopped turning round and round. Well, since I found you. 'Cause every time I see you, life goes bright. Like daytime in the middle of the night. It feels as if my mind stopped wandering round and round. Well, since I found you. 'Cause every time I see you, life goes bright. The moon, the stars, the fireflies, they light. It seems as if the world stopped turning round and round. Oh, since I found you. 'Cause every time I see you, life goes bright. Like daytime in the middle of the night. It feels as if my mind stopped wandering round and round. Oh, since I found you.
「
You're like a song that I sing in the morning on a perfect holiday. You're like the warmth of the sun on my skin when clouds look gray. You're like the joy of a trip that's coming to a place with ocean view. You're like an old familiar friend when all is new. You like the sound of the raindrops drumming on a first this summer day. You like the scent of coffee brewing in the morning. You like the crackling of a fireplace on a chilly winter night. You like a cabin made for two while inside is snowing. Oh, oh. And every time I take a look into your eyes, I get the feeling you know. And do you know that I know that you know? Do you know that I know that you know? 'Cause you lighten up the place just like a movie scene wherever you go. And do you know that I know that you know? Do you know that I know that you know? And when you drop one of your smiles, the sound of tires and violence rise. 'Cause your laughter is the soundtrack of my life. 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 You're like a song that I sing in the morning on a perfect holiday. You're like the warmth of the sun on my skin when clouds look gray. You're like the joy of a trip that's coming to a place with ocean view.